Hello Fishers, welcome to our next session, which is all on your first hire. It's time for you to hire your first team member or grow your team members. So why don't we start with what's the meaning of the word team? What does that actually mean? Together, everyone achieves more. See, there's only a certain amount of capacity that you as the business owner has to create wealth. And the only way that you can truly leverage your business is to hire new team members or more team members. But that's the definition of team. Everybody achieves more. So you'll achieve more than you could on your own. Really push you out of it into hiring your first team member. Because when you know how, it's not that difficult. So remember, life and games are just like mirrors. When you look into your life, and if you're not happy with a particular area of your life, it's like looking into a mirror. The person who has the ability to change it is you. So if you're not happy with the hours that you're working, you can be happy with the money that you're making. You can change. If you're not happy with the quality of your life, you can change it. Life and games, how you turn up is what you get back. So when you run away from your problems, they just get bigger. So when you're traveling the road of life, we're running along, we'll often get taps. I'm sure you've got one of those taps to get into commercial fishing. If we don't listen to those taps, we'll just get hit by a piece of 4x2. It hurts, but we survive. If we continue not to listen to those taps, we're not getting hit by a Mack truck. And we often don't survive being hit by a Mack truck. So listen for these taps. There are signs that you need to listen to and changes that you need to make. So remember, you've learned first by falling down. And it's the same in your business life and your wealth. You will be making some mistakes. These mistakes are nothing more than lessons. That's all. They're not a mistake. They are a lesson. Think about mistakes as lessons and make sure you don't repeat them. And it's the same for your first hire. It may not go perfectly, but like everything else, your first time, you'd have to expect to make a few errors. One of the ways that we can help you eliminate or minimize lessons is this iceberg model. So like there's only 10% of the iceberg that's above the surface. 50% of the iceberg is below the surface. So what's above is what everybody can notice, everyone observes. They see your car, the boat that you've got, the house. They see your actions, not going fishing today, the decisions you make, I am going fishing today, and how you behave. They're all observable. But it's only 10%. 90% of your identity sits below this iceberg. So if you want a different result, you want to find your first hire, we have to go below the surface. We have to really dig into skills. Skills are the things that are closest to the surface and the easiest thing to teach you. Your beliefs sit below the skills. So if you believe that it's hard, your beliefs are being formed by the values that somebody gave you. You don't want to hire anybody, son. Don't do that. They're just going to rob you blind. It's the quickest way to lose money. And if you identify as that, your results they won't change. What supports an iceberg is the environment that it sits in. So think about your education around, if you've never read a book about leadership, how do you expect to be a better leader? So we need to change the environment so that it changes your identity. I have a bookshelf full of leadership books because I want to be a better leader. And my values will change. The things I value will change. My belief and my self-belief will change. And then it's easy to employ the skills of leadership. And that will be the way that you get better results. Why do people stay where they are? One reason, fear. Fear is a false expectation that appears real. So it's not actually real, but you believe it to be real. And you've heard the stories about it's hard to hire, but these are just all false expectations. So there's keys to a winning team. Number one, strong leadership. Your role as the business owner is to lead it. And the best way to lead it is with passion and responsibility. And communicate that passion. You've probably worked for somebody in your life who wasn't passionate about their business and they didn't take very much responsibility for it. They made lots of excuses. So you know by not doing those things, doing the opposite, how much beneficial it would be to your leadership skills. So to grow, we need to put some pressure on you. This is like a law of gravity. My laws. It's called the law of perturbation. So to make diamonds, you have to put pressure on coal. To get you the result you want, we're going to put pressure on you. And out of that pressure will come an emotion, either good or bad. And that's okay. The quicker we can get an emotion out of you about employing, the better it will be. We're going to apply pressure to you. Set some deadlines, give you some time. Here's a thought for you. A lot of business owners don't understand. The job of a business owner is to look after your team, making sure they have a safe work environment, they get paid on time, they're respected, they're valued. The job of your team is to look after the customer, make sure the product is delivered in pristine condition, at the price that's agreed, in the best possible way, on time. And the job of your customers is to pay your business and to give you referrals. And the job of your business is to give the owner a return on their investment. That's the cycle of a business owner. But too many business owners think they are responsible for all three areas. Think about it this way. You're only responsible for your team and the rest will look after itself. Keys to a winning team. Number one, strong leadership. Strong leaders enroll and inspire. Think about the great sporting coaches. They lift people. And the vision of your company will lift your employees. Rules of the game is who does what and when. That's having a plan that's documented that your team understands. Here's a classic example. Some people that I met with owned a movie theatre. It was a family generational business. But they had this problem of nobody took the garbage out. Crazy, but the garbage would pile up after each sitting. And no one would take the garbage out because no one had it in their job description. And the father thought, well, surely when the garbage piles up, someone would do it. But no one in the family business did believe that it was their job to do. So the garbage just piled up and up and up. And this was a big problem for this family until I suggested, well, we need to have some job descriptions. And light went off. So as simple as it sounds, come up with who does what and when. Make it very clear for your team. Have a position contract ready. It's just not a handshake agreement anymore. Have systems and manuals that people can access. And what's your business plan and so on. Share your vision and inspire people to come along with it. To support risk-taking will mean that there has to be a breakdown, emotionally breakdown, of which you should support. There'll be break aparts. People tell you, I don't want to be here. They break with some of their traditions. And maybe there's even a break up. But that's how breakthroughs happen. Like that slide in perturbation. We have to sometimes have breakdowns so that we can break through, and lock it in with rituals. Keys to a winning team. Again, I'm just going to use the sporting analogy. Think about how a sporting team gets together for a game starts. What could be your huddle? How do you finish the day? What's your rituals of how you pack up your boat and consistently do it in? Because all of those 6 keys that we spoke about will get locked in with the way you start the day and the way you finish the day. The people may change, but the team will stick together. So here's your homework today. Make sure that you have all the 6 keys to a winning team in place. Prepare an induction manual containing everything a new team member needs. And draft your first Facebook ad for your first hire. Thank you for your attention today. Look forward to seeing you in our next session. Bye for now.